I am King Fighter. And when I want some good calypso music, I look at CultureShare.
You know, if you were to write the history of calypso, undoubtedly the name King Fighter has to come up.
Yes.
Fighter, let's trace back the early years and the inspiration you had to begin to sing calypso.
Well, first to begin with, I was a boxer, you know, and I got to love boxing through Josie the Walcott, because he had a lot of styles, footworks and things that I love. So after that I listened to Lord Kitchener singing songs like Nora and Mango Tree and so on. I get to like calypso from there. Then I heard Lord Melody with Mama Luka Boo Boo. So all in all, I get to love this job.
What year you're actually talking about?
Well, I'm talking about 1955, 54.
At that time, in 54, you mentioned Lord Kitchener and Lord Melody. So what was the response like when King Fighter decided to leave the boxing ring and get into calypso?
Well, the response was good because it was both lyrics, tune, voice, and footworks, showmanship. So that is how I get to gain real publicity and everything in calypso. In 1957, I leave Guyana and come to Trinidad. And when I sing calypso there, it was the same thing because there was showmanship. See, there was good styling and everything. And I find I get more encouragement now. The people give me a lot of encouragement and I start to go ahead.
So you're saying the fact that you came to Trinidad was a great inspiration for you to remain in the art form?
Yes, because you see, there I find that I get money for calypso now. But when I was home, there was no money. And I figured that, well, I will still keep on because I love the art. But when I come to Trinidad now, I see big money and I say, well, I'm going to live on. You see?
Are you satisfied in the way which the contemporary calypsonians are now paid?
Well, I must say that in a way, you know. But some of the calypso, you know, the lyrics not there, but they got the bounce in the tune. But the lyrics that we know, you know, like the old boys and so on, the kind of lyrics that we produce, you know, they are not there again. But the boys, they are doing a good job. I like them because they keep the bounce up, and the bounce is what I like. When I get bounce, I could dance. You know, I make slow calypso too, but I just don't like to sing them. I could give them to singers, but I love the bouncy ones.
When King Fighter sits down to compose a calypso, or maybe stand up to compose a calypso, is it something that you get on the spot, or is it something you would plan? How does it happen for King Fighter?
Well, it is inspiration, things that I could prove, things that I see happen already, you know what I mean? And I put it to the real sense. Take for instance, I could remember that I was in a lady house, you know, and eventually I had on my pajama suit, because I always wear a pajama suit below the pants. And the little child started to hold me and call me daddy. But he said, Mommy, it's two daddy I have. You see? He says two daddy, but he ain't got the sense to know, you know, that something going on. But when his father come, he tell his father that a man was in the pajama suit. So he could suspect that something going on, you know? So that the father started to ask him, what happened, boy? He said, afraid mommy beat me. So he said, well, go ahead. And that is the case. So these things does happen in truth. Because it happened with me. Because at time I had to scale a window and run. And next time I had to hide behind the door like a boxer and slip out and run, because these are things that I know.
But there isn't no King Fighter on the international market. You don't see a King Fighter in New York. You don't see a King Fighter performing in London. You don't see a King Fighter performing in Toronto. And the kind of young calypsonians in the tents that may be singing calypso like the way King Fighter sang it, you don't really see them in the limelight on the international scene. So then are you sort of dissatisfied with the way in which the art form is promoted?
Well, not to say whether I'm dissatisfied, but I tell myself that in this world, you see, I realize that it has something named like and dislike. And if it is dislike for my part, I have to stay back and let it go. But when I sit down and I study, I say no, my blood can't allow me to leave it like that. You know, so I say, well, I will come back and show the world the difference, show the world some real lyrics, some real style of tune and so on. It's not to say that I don't love my boys. I love them because, you know, sometimes I listen to them, but I just tell myself a little more lyrics. You know, my blood telling me so, a little more lyrics, give them some more lyrics and, you know.
What I want to do for us now, King Fighter, I want you to sing your best line you ever composed in Calypso. Just 1 or 2 lines. Look straight here and do that for us on CultureShare. We want you to make us happy. Let me go.
Which one you would like?
Any one of the famous one. Man in pajama suit, anything. Try a thing.
Let me study one.
King Fighter,
so much.
King Fighter's best or King Fighter's sweetest one.
I say, boy, why you crying so? Daddy ashamed to tell you. Speak up. I will like to know. Popolo, boy. Daddy begging you. Daddy ashamed to tell you. Tell me what really happened. He ball out, daddy. Afraid mommy beat me. If I tell you what is right, I know it's trouble tonight. Ticky dicky dick, daddy, a man in your pajama suit. Daddy, come, let me show you the brute. Anytime when you leave, we are gone. He does sleep in your nylon, dan, mama, oh God. Daddy, I'm speaking the truth. Look, a man in your pajama suit. That's one verse.
King Fighter, it's been a pleasure talking to you on CultureShare, Fighter.
Yeah.
And we're going to do this again one more time. All the best and one love.
Yeah. You want to get a next one or the same one?
You want to sing another one?
Well, when you say that we're going to do
that's good. That's good.